We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $29.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Welcome back to the PSCL Broadcasting Network. EJ Sanchez with Stephen Buxton for you today as we head to the bottom of the first here in this matchup between the A's and the Bootleggers. We apologize for some technical difficulties that we could not bring you audio for that top half of the first, but we'll be ready to go the rest of the way as Christian Maciel finishes up his warm-up pitches. For those that weren't able to be with us, a leadoff walk from Troy Johnson gave way to back-to-back strikeouts from Connor Martin and Brian Lockhart, and then Carson Krell cut down Troy Johnson trying to take second, and it turned into an unconventional 1-2-3 inning for the A's as they head to the bat racks for their first time today. Kirk Felikian will lead off as the EH. Bubba Thompson will bat second at short. Gilbert Casio will bat third and play second base. Christian Ramos will be the cleanup hitter. He'll play first base. In right field, batting fifth, JoJo Biles. James Wood will bat sixth and play center field. Logan Cadenhead will bat seventh, the third baseman. The center fielder, Curtis Lindsey, will bat eighth. Derek Houston, the Utah Valley kid, will bat ninth as a designated hitter. And the aforementioned Carson Krell will bat 10th as Macias delivers his first pitch, just a little bit low, ball 1. The second pitch is lifted into center field. Connor Martin will trot in a couple of steps, waves his hand above, and make the catch. So 1 out here in the bottom of the first. No score between the A's and the Bootleggers. In steps Bubba Thompson, the shortstop.
Yeah, and AJ, this should be a good pitching matchup here with Maciel against Peters. Maciel, the two-way player, he spends time in the infield playing shortstop out of Valley View High School. And right now he's looking for a new home for the upcoming semester. He still hasn't committed to a college, but it's one of the better arsenals you'll see in the PSCL.
As Macias gets set to deliver, he drops a curveball in on the inside corner for a strike. So quickly up, out of the windup, delivers his second pitch to Thompson. Thompson lines this into the screen. So the count goes to 0-2. Bubba Thompson, another one of these two-way guys. He had his last outing against the Haymakers last week. Also hasn't been too shabby with the bat, batting .412 and coming off of a 2-for-3 game with a couple of RBIs just yesterday. He's behind 0-2. He fouls this one down the third base line. That'll roll down towards the bullpen of the home team of the A's here at Palm Springs Stadium. As we said, out of the third base dugout today, the A's in their white pants with the red jerseys, white lettering across the back, white stripe along the sleeve with the A logo across the left side of the chest. Another 0-2 offering from Maciel. Lifted into shallow left center field. Coming on is Carrillo, who runs on and makes the catch for out number 2. It's a tough read out there in left field, but Carrillo never had any doubts, and 2 quick outs here for Maciel.
Yeah, and for Maciel, it's one of the better arsenals we see. We don't see a ton of pitchers like him. He throws a fastball, a curveball, and a forkball. We haven't seen that with the power. I haven't seen that with the PSCL much. So it's going to be a bit of a changeup for this A's lineup.
The first pitch to Gilbert Casio was outside, went with the slider at 71. Ahead here is Gilbert Casio, who is also coming off of a big game. 3 for 4 yesterday. He takes a big hack at his second pitch. He comes up empty. The count even at 1-1. And these are all small sample sizes, but it's fun to play with these numbers. Stephen Casio, as of right now, batting .500 in his first week here in the desert. He sees the 1-1 inside just a little bit. Well received by Brian Lockhart. He doesn't get the call. The count will go to 2-1. A deep left field from Anthony Carrillo. A couple steps in front of the warning track. This one's lined towards the left side. Nathan Durant fields it on 2 hops, throws across. Can't make the pick as J.C. Ramirez. Taking second will be Gilbert Casio. So after 2 quick outs, an error will lead to a man in scoring position for the cleanup hitter, Christian Ramos.
That's just a tough play by Nathan Durant over there at third. I mean, pretty standard little chopper over to third, not hit too hard, had time to set his feet, and just completely blew it on the throw right there, right under the first base glove, and I mean, nothing you can do there.
Christian Ramos steps in. His 3rd appearance of the summer, has gone 1 for 4 in both of his appearances, and getting an update from the backfield today. A little story developing here. MLB DC China leading the Bombers 5-1. So we'll keep updates on that as they become available. So the hulking left-hander Ramos steps in. A little exaggerated bend at the knees. He sees a fastball outside, and this one will get away from Brian Lockhart. That'll go down as a pass ball as Gilbert Casio will trot over to third and make it that much easier for the A's to drive in their first run of the game. No score here in the bottom of the first. Bootleggers and A's both looking to start their second weeks in the PSCL off with a win. Kicks, fires, outside, 2-0. And actually the delayed call behind the plate. The count's even at 1-1. Quickly up with it as Maciel delivers. And this one finds the outside corner. Fastball at 82. First run of the game, 90 feet away. Maciel ahead, 1-2. Kicks, fires. Outside and a good call behind the plate. Well received, 2-2. Deuces wild. Outside. Cold. Strike 3 on the corner. Christian Ramos not happy, but a backwards K ends the inning. And we'll go to the top of the second with no score here between the A's and the Bootleggers here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Like a family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history, experiencing our scenic trails, getting that perfect souvenir. Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Back for the top of the second here in Palm Springs, EJ Sanchez with Stephen Buxton. The second inning of work for Jay Peters, and his first pitch is lined in the left field for a base hit. J.C. Ramirez will lead things off in the top of the second. And a leadoff base runner that'll bring Nathan Durant to the plate. The first hit of the game for the Bootleggers.
Yeah, and that's a great job by J.C. Ramirez right there. Fastball just out over the plate right there, and able to put a good swing on it, not do too much with it, just throw it out to left field and start the Bootleggers off with an early base runner.
So in steps Durant, who sees his first pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Middle infield playing a double play depth, straight up outfield from left to right for the A's. Back-to-back innings, leadoff base runner for Jay Peters. The 0-1 is sky down the right field line. It'll reach the seats. And a theme of the first inning, Peters will get ahead 0-2. Durant out of Walbanese Community College, the 6'6" third baseman today. That one had a little extra giddy up on it at 83 for Jay Peters, who comes set out of the stretch. His 0-2 offering is flown back into the screen, and we'll do it again at 0-2.
This is how Peters needs to pitch. He needs to be able to pound the zone. In that first inning, there was a couple basically non-competitive pitches out of the hand. And right here, as long as he could just keep pounding the zone for strikes, keep it close, make his defense work, it should be a long outing for him.
Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Third strikeout of the day for Jay Peters. Down on strikes is Nathan Durant. Anthony Carrillo will step in, but a breaking ball in the outside corner freezes Nathan Durant. So we have a courtesy runner coming in for the Haymakers as we get the information, or excuse me, the Bootleggers as we get the information on him. They'll check on him right away, and it's Christian Maciel. Maciel's the starting pitcher, so that might be a little jersey switch. But nonetheless, Anthony Carrillo will step in. He sees the first pitch, and it's high and outside, ball 1. Maciel with the all-white batting gloves down to the white cleats with the black sliding mitt hanging out of his right pocket. Sliding mitt becoming a new trend in baseball, trying to protect that hand when sliding. The breaking pitch lands on the outside corner for this first strike. 1-1, 1 out here in the top of the second. A little bit of a choke up on the bat for Carrillo. The 1-1 outside, missed with a fastball, did Jay Peters. Both teams looking for their first run. No score here in the top of the second. The delivery. Swing and a miss, and did he get a piece of it? He didn't get a piece, says home plate umpire, but he gets the swing. Not going at first was J.C. Ramirez. So the count's even at 2-2.
A little surprised to see Ramirez not even try right there. I mean, right out of the hand, that pitch, it looked like it was going to the backstop, so why not take the free base?
You know, it could be a situation maybe he thought he heard something. He thought that it was already called a foul ball. We did not see the foul ball signal from our home plate umpire, and maybe a early morning misstep on the part of the Bootleggers and the new pinch runner. As a meeting on the mound between Carson Krell and Jay Peters comes to a conclusion. Anthony Carrillo, a little more bend in the knees with 2 strikes. 2-2. High and away. The count will go full. Full count, payoff pitch coming from Peters. He delivers. In on the hands, fouled away, and we'll do it again. Carrillo does a good job covering that pitch that started to ride in on his hands. Another payoff pitch coming for Peters. Outside, taken for ball 4. A good at-bat work for Anthony Carrillo. So with 2 runners on and 1 out, Owen Rice will have his first time to step in against Jay Peters.
Yeah, that's a good job by Carrillo right there. The GCU product able to work a really long at-bat. And, I mean, after all that, able to take high curveball, get another runner on for the Bootleggers, and just keep the inning going for this really solid lineup.
First pitch to Owen Rice is tapped to the left side. Cadenhead will step on the bag, try for the second out at first. And he couldn't stay on the bag, but a nice pick by Christian Ramos to keep the ball in front of him. So they'll get the lead runner at third, but a good 90 down the line from Owen Rice. 2 outs, runners still on first and second for the Bootleggers. So he reaches on the fielder's choice. It'll bring up Bo Kerr. Kerr, the EH today, swings at his first pitch and comes up with nothing. It's a big swing. The count's 0-1. More runners in scoring position. The bases have been crowded so far in these first 2 innings for Jay Peters. He comes set. Big leg kick, delivers home. Runs inside, 1-1. Owen Rice, the 5'10", 165-pound man, at Cameron University. 1-1. Fouls this one back to the screen. So getting ahead is Peters with 3 strikeouts thus far. Looking for another. Fastball came in at 82. This one is flown down the right field line. This will also reach the seats. So these Bootleggers have done a good job wasting these 2-strike pitches from Jay Peters. It was a curveball that came in at 75. Peters trying to conclude his second inning. The 1-2. Line down the right field line, hooking, foul.
And for the Bootleggers, this is right where you want to be in your lineup to either end this inning or start the next one with Bo Kerr. He's had a solid season so far. He's hitting .500 already. But, I mean, even in high school, he's been hitting since then. Hit .333 last season. And going forward, you've got your last 2 hitters, and then you're at the top of the lineup again.
Another 1-2. Inside, just misses. Strong take from Kerr. Should he reach, Trez Yamamoto waits on deck. Due up in the bottom of the second for the A's will be JoJo Biles, James Wood, and Logan Cadenhead. 2-2, 2 outs. Here in the second. This one's tapped back to the mound, and it actually hits the ankle out of the box of Bo Kerr. And we'll do it all again. And we appreciate everybody checking in on our YouTube stream. We're, again, apologize for those technical difficulties we had in the first. But pleased to have you all joining us here for another beautiful day of PSCL baseball here in the desert. Peters set. Checks once on the runner at second, now delivers. This one is protected again by Bo Kerr. Took a little off extra, and he's still able to flick his hands out and spoil the pitch into the net behind us. So quickly up. Peters gets set to deliver another 2-2. This one's also popped back behind us. So what an at-bat we're seeing out of the 8-hole hitter, Kerr. Peters already ready to go. He's ready to put an end to this inning. He delivers another. Swing and a miss. He got him on the curveball. 4 strikeouts for Jay Peters, and that'll finish up the second inning. So there was some traffic. It didn't matter for Jay Peters. He works out of it. 2 scoreless innings. We'll see how the A's respond when we return here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs.
Home half of the second here on the PSCL Broadcast Network. JoJo Biles, the right fielder, will have his first chance at Christian Maciel, and he swings through strike one, a pitch on the outside corner. Maciel in his first inning worked around an error after 2 quick outs, finished off with a strikeout, and he has a chance at one now as JoJo Biles swings through strike two. They double up on back-to-back breaking balls to start off this second inning. Maciel out of the windup, delivers the 0-2. Tapped back to him. He'll have a chance to think about running it over, and he'll just cut his losses and throw it over to J.C. Ramirez with plenty of time to get Biles for the first out of the inning. Brings up James Wood. Appreciate everybody checking in again on our YouTube chat. We always love to hear where everybody's listening from, and so excited to be able to bring everyone PSCL baseball throughout the entire summer. Steven, your first chance to be with us for a PSCL game.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. It's somehow I'm the only one who hasn't called a game yet, so got 2 good games here today.
Maciel delivers his first pitch, another breaking ball. It lands for strike one and already has the ball back and gets ready to deliver his second pitch. Fastball tapped to the left side. Owen Rice fields it on 2 hops. The throw across the first beats him by a couple of steps. And 2 quick outs here in the second for Maciel. Logan Cadenhead will step in with no score here in the bottom of the second between the Bootleggers and the A's.
I like how Maciel's been controlling the pace of play so far. I mean, right there it's just immediately set and just waiting for the batter to be ready, and he's given some different looks. He's given a few pauses.
Breaking ball, check swing, doesn't matter. It's called on the pitch. Maciel has landed that breaking ball extremely well in this second inning. He shakes off a couple of times. After the 5th shake, he's ready to deliver his second pitch. On 2 hops, this one is hit to short. Up with it is Rice. The throw across, plenty of time. And it's a beautiful 1-2-3 inning for Christian Maciel. No runs on no hits, no errors, no men left on base. We'll go to the top of the third. No score here in the desert on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
locations with something for everyone. Stuffed Pizza Bar and Grill.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Here in the top of the third, the first pitch from Maciel is hit to Trez Yamamoto at second, who's up with it on 2 hops, delivers to J.C. Ramirez for the first out of the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out. Excuse me, that was Trez Yamamoto swinging. It'll bring up Brock Rabe.
Yeah, apologize for not getting back in time for that putout, but right away, Peters taking a page out of Maciel's book, going quick and getting that first pitch out.
Brock Rabe, the designated hitter today. With his first at-bat, he sees a breaking ball that doesn't get out of the hand cleanly out of the hand of Peters, and he'll take it inside for ball 1. You got to love the pace that both of these pitchers are going with. Already up with it is Peters. He delivers it right down the chute for a strike, 1-1. Maybe a shallower center field than they're used to seeing as Curtis Lindsey trots in a couple of steps and a little more of a oppo shift on second base from Owen Rice. This third pitch of the at-bat catches the outside corner, and Peters is ahead 1-2.
Yeah, if I'm out there in that A's outfield, I'm getting real worried, honestly, because anything in the gap, that can get to the wall, and with how shallow they're playing, it could be an inside-the-park home run.
Breaking ball misses on the outside corner, and Carson Krell was already ready to whip it down to third after a strikeout, but says no is our home plate umpire today. So the count will go even. 2-2, 1 out in the top of the third. The delivery from Peters. Swing and a miss. Got him with the breaking ball. 5th strikeout of the day for Jay Peters. He'll go back to the top of the order, but a dominant first time through for Jay Peters.
Well, EJ, I guess it doesn't matter where your outfield plays if you don't let the guy put the ball in play.
I was thinking the same thing. Troy Johnson will step back in. He had a leadoff walk to start off the game. He was eventually caught stealing after a strong throw behind the plate from Carson Krell. He sees another pitch outside. It's 1-0. Johnson in right field today for Johnson delivers it low, or Peters delivers it low. It's a ball. 2-0 now to Troy Johnson. First inning that Peters is not allowed to leadoff man to reach. He's behind 2-0. Outside, the count will go 3-0. And what's the mindset of that, Stephen, as a pitch? I mean, you pitched. There was a time where you would get 2 quick outs, and all of a sudden with that third batter, you start to take your foot off the gas and you fall behind.
You're giving me a lot of credit for getting quick outs.
The 3-0 finds the outside corner for a strike. It'll be 3-1.
But right here, I mean, I know you're cruising so far. I mean, through the lineup, you've only allowed 1 hit, but a 3-1 count here. If I'm Krell, I'm really considering taking a visit if he walks him.
Might not need it as this pitch is fouled to the right side. So the count will go even. 3-2, 2 outs. No score in the top of the third for the Bootleggers and the A's. The A's coming off a 9-0 victory yesterday. The Bootleggers hoping not to reel after suffering their first loss of the season to the Haymakers. Payoff pitch. On 1 hop, hit to short. Thompson retreats, now throws across his body and delivers it to first for the 3rd out of the inning, and that will retire the side. Another quick inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no men left on. We'll go to the home half of the 3rd here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network. Curtis Lindsey, Derek Houston, and Carson Krell due up in the home half of the third for the A's. Looking for their first hit of the game in cruise control has been Christian Maciel. He has a strikeout, 3 ground ball outs, and 2 flyouts.
EJ, I'd just like to shout out the Dodgers for beating the Rockies yesterday. It was a great game, 7-run, 9th inning.
You know, the Dodgers are a good baseball team, Stephen. Some of us are devoted Rockies fans. Not saying who in this booth. Could be our rules analyst and statistician Ethan Gamolko over here.
I don't think it's him.
We never will know. Teoscar Hernandez home run that shouldn't have been last night after a check swing that should have resulted in a strikeout. But that's in the past. This is the present in the bottom of the third as Maciel delivers his first pitch to Lindsey, and it falls a little low. It's 1-0.
And that was a really borderline pitch right there. I mean, just below the zone, barely missed his spot.
Lindsey fouls this into the screen, and the count's even at 1-1. He sees another. Inside corner, it catches it at 69 miles an hour. So now he's starting to rely a little more on his off-speed pitches as Maciel.
That's a good job by Lockhart, framing it behind the plate, set up inside and able to get that strike.
1-2. Tap down the third base line into the home dugout. Did a good job of covering it. Love the catcher love. Already, Steven. Catchers have never done anything wrong.
This is a very catcher-friendly broadcast, all right?
Always will be. And hope all of you at home tuning into the PSCL Broadcast Network are enjoying it just as much as we have. Delayed leg kick, 1-2. Slowly hit down third. Going to be a tough play for Durant. He throws on the run and not able to pick it on one hop is J.C. Ramirez. So we'll wait for an official ruling from our scorer. And they're going to give Durant an error, but Lindsey will reach regardless. It's the second error for Durant, but the leadoff man on here in the bottom of the third for the A's.
Yeah, that's just a tough play by Durant over there at short. I mean, little slow roller, had to make a quick throw, and he would have had him beat if he had an accurate throw, but just got it right in the dirt, and they're not able to make the pick over there at first.
Derek Houston will step in, then batting 9 today out of Utah Valley. He takes a ball in the inside corner, just misses. Houston also getting some playing time with the Palm Springs Power, the Night League team that makes their home games here at Palm Springs Stadium. He sees a breaking pitch, also low, so he's going to get in a hitter's count here. After redshirting this last season, is looking for a summer league where he can get some extensive reps. No better place than Palm Springs to do that. 2-0. Catches the inside corner, and you see a little bit of a head shake from Houston. He thought that ran a little more inside.
And you mentioned the opportunity to get reps. Houston was taking it and taking everything he can as one of the Power's main catchers through the first couple games.
The 2-1 is tapped up the middle, could be 2. Martin bobbles it, but still is able to deliver it to Yamamoto for the out. They don't have any chance to get Houston at first. So Lindsey is retired on the fielder's choice. Houston will reach. It'll bring up the catcher, Carson Krell. They'll check over on first. Back in plenty of time is Derek Houston.
Houston right there kind of caught asleep. That throw went all the way past Maciel at the plate and almost went into the Power dugout. He could have had second easy right there.
So it's actually a pinch hitter. Carson Krell will not take his at-bat. Number 17 is not on any of our rosters, but we'll check on Houston over at first again. But once this information becomes available, of course, we'll pass it on to you, the viewers at home. So after 2 pickoff attempts, still waiting his first pitch. The delivery from Maciel. Gets away from Lockhart on the inside corner. Moving up 90 feet will be Derek Houston. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Runner in scoring position for the A's.
And that's how important it is to be playing heads-up baseball right there. Houston, if he takes that base when the throw almost went into the power dugout, he would be on third right now. If he was on third, a sac fly right here could have scored him, could have given the A's the lead, but right now he needs a hit to score from second.
Kirk Felikian will wait on deck for his second at-bat. He gives a little head nod. He's ready to go. 1-0 after the mound visit. Skied into the outfield. Ranging over to his right is Connor Martin. No tag from Derek Houston. Martin puts it away for the second out of the inning. And we'll go to the top of the lineup. Felikian flew out also to Connor Martin in his first trip to the plate. Kirk, 5'8", 165-pound sophomore out of Golden West Junior College. Batting .375 on the young summer. He's looking to drive in his fourth run. He sees a pitch on the inside corner, called for a strike. 0-1. Went 1 for 4 yesterday in that victory, or his last game against the Blue Sox, a 12-9 loss for the A's. One of the more exciting games we've had on the stadium, as he fouls this one near the bullpens on the right side. It lands, and it'll be 0-2 to the leadoff man.
EJ, just looking at the TrackMan numbers right now for Maciel on the mound, I mean, it's got to be brutal facing him right now. I mean, nothing goes straight. Even his fastball, it's got a lot of movement. It's got horizontal and vertical break. It's kind of a sinker more so.
0-2, fouled back. So Felikian covers this. But you're absolutely right. I mean, the fastball that is flat but with high velocity, you ask any player, they'll most likely tell you they'd rather face more velocity and a flatter fastball. When you have pitches moving multiple directions, it almost makes you have to guess and just sell out for one.
Yeah, then there's that curveball right there with over a foot of break.
0-2, called! Strike 3 on the inside corner. So working out of a jam again is Christian Maciel. He has his second strikeout. 3 scoreless innings. And we're done here in the top half of the third, and we'll be here for the home half when we return here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Here we go for the top of the fourth. The A's and the Bootleggers deadlocked in a pitching duel between Christian Maciel and Jay Peters. Peters delivers his first pitch of the fourth inning inside, makes Connor Martin move his feet a little bit. He's ahead 1-0. Again, an open stance for Connor Martin with a flat bat as he waves it slightly above his helmet. He sees the 1-0, breaking pitch that lands for a strike. 1-1, Bootleggers, no runs on one hit. They've committed a couple of errors. No runs, no hits, no errors for the A's. The 1-1 from Peters is hit sharply on a dive fielded by Cadenhead. Delivers across the diamond for the first out. Well, it was a little instinctual play there. Not a full dive from Cadenhead, but he goes to his knees and is able to make a big play to prevent the leadoff base runner for the Bootleggers.
I mean, that's a great play there by Cadenhead over there at third. I mean, hard ground ball over there. Again, had to get on his knees, able to come up and make a strong throw against Martin, who's busting it out of the box. And, I mean, Cadenhead over there, we've got shades of Riley Becker at third base.
Brian Lockhart will step in. He checks his swing, and they say he went around. So he's behind 0-1. Riley Becker checking in on our YouTube chat, agreeing with our point that flat velo over slow and movement is the also preferred choice of him as well. At Concordia University, Texas, a breaking pitch lands on the outside corner. It's 0-2.
Yeah, Concordia University, a gritty infielder, and we're not going to talk about the hitting.
The 0-2 is low and away. 1-2. It's well blocked behind the plate, and a good take from Lockhart. The 1-2 rides high and inside, 2-2. So our apologies. Carson Krell is in there, and he did take that last at-bat, though on our roster he's number 2, and he's wearing number 17. So our apologies for that. The 2-2 from Peters. Little 2 inside. It's well taken again by Lockhart. So the count will go full. No score here in the top of the fourth. Bootleggers looking to grab their first run and take their lead after their loss yesterday to the Haymakers. The 3-2, line to the right side, and it'll get down for a base hit. A 3-2 hit for Brian Lockhart, just over the glove of Owen Rice at second. So it's the second hit of the game for the Bootleggers, and it'll bring up J.C. Ramirez.
If I'm Carson Krell behind the plate, I'm taking a meeting right now because while Peters has been able to get through the first 3 innings, he's been doing all right. He's been getting a lot of soft contact. I don't think he's hit more than 40% of his spots.
You know, it's the effectively wild term that you use, that if the pitcher doesn't have 100% control, then the batter can't focus in on the zone. He has to cover multiple spots as J.C. Ramirez takes for ball 1 inside. Peters waits. There goes the runner to second. The throw down to second is off of the runner Lockhart, and it squirts away towards the shortstop position. No further advancement, but it'll be a stolen base for Lockhart. We have catchers stealing bases. God, I love this game.
I'm just waiting till a catcher gets a triple so I can pull your favorite line out.
Catchers can hit triples, Steven. It is not rare. Catchers can do anything they set their minds to. It's 2-0 to J.C. Ramirez. Lines this one to left field. Having a beat on it is Wood. He'll get it on 2 hops. It won't be in time. First run of the game. RBI single. J.C. Ramirez. And the Bootleggers take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the fourth.
Yeah, that's a great swing by JC, able to turn around a curveball on the outer half of the plate. And, again, that speed that Lockhart showed on that stolen base there, able to hustle around, score from second. And by the way this game's been looking so far, this 1-0 lead might be – it could be enough.
First pitch is tapped behind home plate by Nathan Durant. Durant struck out looking in the second. We thought we would get a courtesy runner.
First baseman can run too.
Absolutely. First baseman, catchers, the big guys need some love as well. The 0-1. Breaking ball misses outside and low. Counts 1-1, 1 out. Bootleggers lead it after the RBI single by J.C. Ramirez brings in Brian Lockhart. Awaiting the 1-1 is Nathan Durant, who taps this to short, could be two. Thompson to Rice, over to Ramos. Safe at first. He beat it by a half a step. Hard 90 down the line from Nathan Durant. Keeps the inning alive on the 6-4 putout.
EJ, the big guys, the catchers and the corner infielders hustling, and it's the whole reason that this Bootleggers team is ahead right now and the inning's still going.
Anthony Carrillo steps in. His second at-bat here in the fourth. He lines this into center field. Coming on is Lindsey. He'll drop in front of him for a base hit. Anthony Carrillo keeps things going. Sets the table for Owen Rice with 2 on here in the fourth.
I'm still shocked that I haven't seen a single meeting on the mound by Carson Krell because, again, with Peters, you're sitting there on the mound and you're thinking, yeah, I know I've got through these first 3 innings. It's just 1 run, couple hits. But, again, he hasn't had any sort of command so far today. He hasn't hit his spots.
First pitch to Rice called for a strike on the outside half.
And his misses have been bad. If you look at his spray chart, it's everywhere right now.
0-1 to Rice. Swing and a miss. Rice quickly behind 0-2. And you're exactly right, Stephen. This is just an unpredictable game that we've seen. Some trends that usually don't lead to success have led to some different results. Peters ahead 0-2. He takes the breaking ball in the outside corner, and it's handled behind the plate by Krell.
I do like that pitch right there, though, because Rice just flailing at the first 2 pitches. I mean, he wasn't even close on the swings.
Taking off for third. Tapped on 2 hops to Cadenhead. The throw across is high. Tag still applied by Christian Ramos, and that will retire the side. But not before. 1 run comes in on 2 hits. No errors, 2 men left on base. Bootleggers lead 1-0 as we head to the home half of the fourth here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Hey, Power Baseball fans. Looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $29.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Bottom of the fourth, 2-3-4 due up for the A's. Bubba Thompson, Gilbert Casio, and Christian Ramos. Thompson steps in. He flew out to center in the first. Awaits his first pitch here in the fourth inning of work for Christian Maciel. Out of the windup, delivers, squaring around to bunt, pulling it back, doesn't matter. Strike called on the outside corner as Maciel gets ahead of his first hitter of the fourth. Maciel hasn't been overly dominant with the strikeout numbers, only 2, but he's forced a lot of ground ball outs. That has him giving up no runs through 3. Swinging through this one is Bubba Thompson again, so it's 0-2. A breaking pitch that fell into the lower part of the zone. Maciel working with some pace now, looking for his 3rd strikeout. Inside pitch taken, and the Bootleggers dugout wanted that pitch. It was borderline. This one goes in favor of Thompson.
And I don't blame him because that pitch has been called before just off the play and with the catcher set up inside.
The 1-2 driven deep into left field. Going back is Carrillo. At the track, lands fair. Thompson has extra bases. He'll shut it down at second. But it's a leadoff double for Bubba Thompson. A tough play down the left field line. Anthony Carrillo couldn't find the baseball, and it comes up maybe a foot or so short of the 350 sign and left.
Thompson with what looks like was the forkball on that pitch, just closer than the curveball right before that, a little more towards the plate, still inside, but able to turn on it and hammer it. 93 off the bat, and for a second I thought that had a chance to get out of here.
Thompson certainly did. He jogged with the bat halfway down the line. The first pitch to Gilbert Casio is fouled to the right side. 0-1. Casio reached on an error by Nathan Durant in the first. He was stranded at third to finish off that first inning. Maciel set at the belt from the first base side of the rubber. Delivers. Pitch foul down the third base line. Into the stands in left field. Strikeout count for Christian Maciel. He could really use one here. A little more giddy up on the fastball at 83. One of the harder pitches that Maciel has thrown today. Working into his 4th inning, giving up no runs on 1 hit. Hit just coming there from Thompson. Checks back twice. A little more delayed hold. Maciel delivers home. 0-2 in the dirt, well blocked by Lockhart. He keeps Thompson at bay. It's 1-2.
That's a really good play by Lockhart behind the plate. It's a really tricky hop right there, just off the plate, bouncing away from him, able to kick his legs out and get on top of it.
So important for a pitcher to be able to trust his catcher in these 0-2 situations. 1-2. Swing and a miss on the outside corner. He got him swinging. Gilbert Casio goes down on strikes. Christian Ramos will step in, but a huge strikeout for Christian Maciel. Oh, man, the fastball at 81 just catches the lower part of the zone. It's not a pitch that if you're a hitter you can square up very well, but one you have to protect, and he forces Casio to go after it. Ramos struck out looking in the first. Trying not to strand Thompson at second. First pitch from Maciel rides outside for a ball. A deep left center, actually across the board in the outfield, a deep outfield being played. Any ball that lands in front with even medium velocity is sure to score a run. Haven't seen any substitutions from either of these teams in these PSCL games. Usually when you start to see a couple. After a couple of checks, there goes Thompson to third. He shuts it down. Foul ball from Christian Ramos. Well, even the count at 1-1 with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. The Bootleggers lead the A's 1-0. An RBI single in the top half of the 4th off the bat of J.C. Ramirez is the difference in this game right now. A 1-2 count to Christian Ramos. The back pick at second. Not in time. A beautiful delayed play. Owen Rice put a good tag on Thompson's ankle. But I think Thompson got in there just a step ahead.
And EJ, you mentioned we usually see a lot of substitutions by now in the PSCO. Well, some of that is because a lot of these games, I mean, like the one on the backfield right now, have been blowouts or really high scoring.
The 1-2 is lifted into left field. Carrillo has a beat on it, trailing towards the line. He makes the catch for out number 2.
In this game right here, again, 1-0. It's been one of the more competitive ones we've seen so far this season.
You mentioned the MLB DC China team that we've been lucky to have here in Palm Springs lead the Bombers 10-1 on our backfield right now. Both of those teams looking to get off to a better start in their second week here in the desert. JoJo Biles steps in. He tapped a roller back to Maciel his first time up in the second. Thompson led off with a double, but Maciel's recorded back-to-back outs, looking to work his way out of trouble. His first pitch lands on the inside corner for the first strike. He gets ahead.
In that game on the backfield, apparently there was an inside-the-park home run by MLB DC China. And, I mean, that one's been a wild one so far.
Time is granted for JoJo Biles. He'll step out and take a swing. Matching all the way across, the black helmet with the black cleats and the black batting gloves with a white arm sleeve. As he tucks his bat, resting against his shoulder, he awaits the 0-1. It's blocked again by Brian Lockhart.
Right now, Lockhart's just putting on a clinic behind the plate.
These are not textbook blocks from a difficulty standpoint where it's a short hop. You can hit it with the bottom part of your chest protector or it goes into your glove. No, these are tough blocks that you have to stay a little up for. 1-1. Lined into center field. Coming on is Connor Martin. He dives! Did he make the catch? He did! Connor Martin lays out in shallow center field and keeps the A's off the board. Hold it for a second. Jimmy Johnson's out to argue with the field umpire. We might have a conversation between the two, although I don't know what the home plate umpire could provide. Both teams trotting off the field now. It'll stand as called. 1-0 Bootleggers. They wiggle out of trouble in the fourth. We'll go to the fifth here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Top of the fifth here in Palm Springs. EJ Sanchez joined by Stephen Buxton today. And a diving play in center field by Connor Martin keeps the A's off the board and keeps this at a 1-0 ball game as we get ready to face another part of this lineup. Bo Carrer will lead things off. He struck out in the second. He takes a strike in this second at bat. Low and outside.
EJ, this has been a very catcher-friendly broadcast, and I just did some thinking.
All right.
Have I been catching longer than you?
Absolutely not. Ball one as Jay Peters delivers on the outside corner.
I thought you only caught in college.
I did catch in high school. I played third base my freshman year, but I did catch for 3 years collegiately after being in high school and catching sparingly. We'll have a conversation about it off air.
I started catching in Little League.
You win.
Who's the catcher savant now?
Both of us can be. Bo Carrer will step and see his 1-1 pitch high for a ball, 2-1. You won't find a more catcher-friendly booth in the country, folks, than right here on the PSCL Broadcast Network. 2-1 from Peters. High, 3-1. Hitters count here for Carrer. Trez Yamamoto waits on deck.
This isn't saying it's not a pitcher-friendly booth, you know. I love me some pitchers, but when you've got pass balls, I mean, you got to hit the catcher.
The 3-1 is lined into right field. Trailing back a couple of steps is JoJo Biles, who reaches up, puts his right hand to his glove also, secures the catch for the first out of the inning.
Wait, EJ, did I just say the word I'm not supposed to say?
Folks at home, he did say a taboo word in this booth. Pass balls do not exist. Catchers are absolutely perfect. Trez Yamamoto steps in. Grounded out to second his first try in the third. Again, no score. I mean, now 1-0. Excuse me. In the top of the fifth, we had no score through 3 complete innings. There's now a 1-0 Bootleggers lead. Slightly open stance from Yamamoto. He takes a strike in the outside corner with the blue number 2 and the white helmet with the face guard. Blue and white batting gloves. With his sliding mitt sticking out of his right pocket. With the ankle guard down his right shin, he takes a ball outside. Peters 1 run on 4 hits, entering his 5th inning of work. Inside and low, a good take from Trez Yamamoto. Brock Rabe waits on deck. He struck out in the third. One of the 5 strikeout victims for Jay Peters. 1-2, swung on and missed. He got him with a breaking ball. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 5th for Jay Peters. His 6th strikeout of the ball game. Brock Rabe steps in now. Straight up defense along the lines for the A's. 2 outs in the 5th. First pitch right down the chute for strike 1.
It's still jarring, though, to see how shallow this outfield is playing for the A's.
A well-struck ball into the gaps surely could lead to potentially a triple, as the second pitch also catches the outside corner. Quickly ahead is 0-2 is Jason Peters. Peters set a couple steps below the belt, outside for a ball. 1-2, trying to prevent the flip of the lineup here, at least in the 5th. Again, scheduled 7-inning game here in the PSCL. Action in the A's bullpen. Could be the last hitter. 1-2. Got him on the outside corner looking. Another strikeout for Jay Peters. He gets 2 in the inning. His 7th on the game will go to the home half of the 5th. Bootleggers 1, A's nothing. Looking for the equalizers when we return on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
Bottom of the 5th here in Palm Springs with E.J. Sanchez joining you along with Stephen Buxton. Another inning of work for Christian Maciel. He delivers one right down the chute for the first strike of the inning. The scheduled hitter was James Wood, who might have our first pinch hitter of the game, and this one's flown into center field. Trailing back is Connor Martin, who puts it away for the first out of the inning. Dom Tolentino was the pinch hitter, as he's 0 for 1 on his day. Logan Cadenhead will step in. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out to short back in the second. So Tolentino with the pinch hit. Maciel kicks and fires home. Hard hit in the hole between the left side for a base hit. The third baseman, Cadenhead, gets on the board today, and the tying run is at first. Curtis Lindsey will step in. We mentioned last inning that there was some action in the bullpen for the A's. This one gets away from Lockhart, and the tying run moves up 90 feet to second. Excuse me, that's not
EJ, I think that
Tolentino at all.
was James Wood.
Exactly. That's what I was about to correct myself on. A couple of jersey swaps. Not doing the best for this broadcaster over here. But Logan Cadenhead, regardless, on second base. Curtis Lindsey reached on an error in the third. Looking to play hero in the fifth. Try to tie up this game. The 1-0 finds its way on the inside corner, and Curtis Lindsey doesn't agree. One's across the board. An extremely deep outfield for Carrillo, Martin, and Troy Johnson. Any hit surely would score a run. Ducking out of the way on an inside pitch is Lindsey. He didn't get hit, but he does have a hitter's count. It's 2-1.
Yeah, this outfield's what you really expect to see out of the PSCL teams, not what the A's are doing. Again, they've been playing extremely shallow so far, and this is, I mean, almost a jarring difference by every inning.
And this one will go ahead and hit Lindsey. And Cadenhead remains on second. Lindsey will trot down to first. He's been on base both times. And I think the right man you want at the plate if you're Jimmy Johnson, Derek Houston, will step in, and a meeting on the mound for John Tessier. No action in the Bootleggers bullpen. I think this is just a regroup and a breather for Christian Maciel. He has thrown 4 1/3 beautiful innings for this Bootleggers team that needed it coming into today after that loss to the Haymakers yesterday.
Yeah, right here, if I'm John talking to Maciel on the mound, I mean, it's really just kind of change up the pace, get something different in the mind, because through the first couple pitches in this inning, he's been a little more wild than he was to start off. Right here, it's just kind of, distract him, get something else on the mind. Just let him know, hey, you're doing all right. Keep your tempo up. Keep the different looks you've been given. Because overall, he's done a really good job of, one, keeping control of the pace of play. I mean, he's been just flying through it. And two, the batters haven't gotten the same look more than maybe twice.
I think your assessment is correct. Derek Houston grounded into a fielder's choice in the third. One of the more experienced hitters on this A's team. looking to break through. First pitch swinging down the right field line. Johnson giving chase into the bullpen. It lands right in between the mound and the plates of that visitor's bullpen. Houston aggressive early. He's behind 0-1. Ramirez playing in front of Lindsey at first. Double play depth up the middle for the Bootleggers. This one also gets away from Lockhart into the dirt. So the tying run moves 90 feet away, and the go-ahead run moves up to second. Boy, a tough situation for Masio to work his way out of here.
Yeah, that's just another breaking ball that kind of slipped out coming out of the hand, and behind the plate, Lockhart will tell you he's got to get in front of that, but it's just really hard to make that shift all the way over to your right like that.
The 1-1 is tapped up the middle. It'll score a run and maybe more. It gets into center field. Curtis Lindsey will score. A 2-run single for Derek Houston. And the A's go ahead 2-1 here in the bottom of the fifth.
And EJ, Derek Houston, again, he had a couple tough at-bats with the power, but overall he was really good with them. He put together good at-bats, and here he's just continuing it. Takes a fastball in off the hands and just shoves it out to center field right there, and that might be the biggest hit of the morning for the A's right here.
No doubt about it. So Carson Krell will get pinch hit for. It's going to be Connor Hoyt, who has spent some time at the top of the lineup for Jimmy Johnson. He awaits his first pitch. It's outside, ball 1. Again, if you're just joining us, here in the bottom of the fifth, the A's have just gone ahead 2-1 after being shut out over the first 4 innings. Derek Houston, the hero now, with a 2-run single just a few moments ago. Connor Hoyt ahead 1-0, lines this one into left center field, and this will get down for a base hit. Getting the green light is Derek Houston. He will trot home. Pinch hit. RBI single for Connor Hoyt. 3-1 A's. Boy, you talk about how difficult it is to pinch hit. Connor Hoyt sure didn't show it. He gets a fastball in the outside corner and sends it right back where it came from. And he'll be pinch ran for now, and that's a day at the office, Steven. You sit all day, you step up for one at-bat, you get a high five from your teammates after you drive in a run, you get to take the rest of the day off.
Yeah, I mean, that's about as good as it gets right there. I mean, quick 5 minutes of work, and that might put with how the pitching has been so far this game, that might be it.
And this one's lined up the middle. Kirk Felikian up the middle, and he has a knock. 4 straight hits for the A's. Runners on first and second with Bubba Thompson coming up. And John Tessier will have to go to his bullpen. So that'll be the day for Christian Maciel at 4 1/3 innings. We'll take a short break and step aside as we'll get the details on our new pitcher when we return here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
In comes Bo Carer, the two-way player for the Bootleggers, as he tries to wiggle his team out of a jam. They trail 3-1 here in the bottom of the fifth. The A's have come alive the second time through against the A's. Carer so far in the summer, 1 2/3 innings with a couple of strikeouts. He does have a win. It was a 7-6 win over the Bombers last week. So he's been the guy that you go to in a pinch for John Tessier. Let's see if he can do it again. He faces Bubba Thompson, who doubled last inning in the fourth. He squares around a bunt, and it's taken for a strike on the outside corner.
E.J. Carer coming in after Christian Maciel. Really both the pitchers, him and Jay Peters, living effectively wild. And Maciel, it seemed like good living so far coming into this inning. No runs, but really the wheels just fell off. 4 1/3. He's given up the 3 runs, and his book's not closed yet.
The breaking ball misses on the outside corner. So the count's even at 1-1.
And even with him being effectively wild, he still managed to not hit anyone, just had 1 hit by pitch.
Just a couple of big hits. The biggest one, most likely, of the day, Derek Houston. A single up the middle to bring in the tying and go-ahead runs. The 2-1 is outside. And a little too outside to the liking of our home plate umpire. So Bubba Thompson will have a hitter's count to work from. A's lead 3-1 here in the bottom of the fifth. Thompson awaits. This ball's hit well into left field. Going back is Carrillo. This baby's gone. A 3-run home run. Bubba Thompson. The A's have blown it open here in the fifth. What a shot.
EJ, it's going into this inning, the A's looked like they couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat. And now right here, you've got 6 hits in the inning already, 6 runs. I mean, they've just came to life out of nowhere.
It's 6-1 in the fifth. We'll roll it over to the top of the sixth. 5-run game, as we'll see if the Bootleggers can make a comeback in the top half of the sixth when we return here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Two locations with something for everyone. Stuffed Pizza Bar and Grill.
Top of the 6th after the rollover, and the top of the lineup for John Tessier will be tasked with chasing a 5-run deficit. And there's a new pitcher on the mound. Justin Goldman will enter the game in relief of Jay Peters. Peters, another solid start on the mound. He's in line for the win right now. Should the A's hold on to this lead? The first pitch from Goldman misses high and away, ball 1.
Again, EJ, I mentioned how Peters, he wasn't hitting his spots. He was effectively wild, didn't have his best stuff, but still managed 5 runs, just 4 hits, that 1 earned run, and struck out 6.
And Johnson goes upstairs and chases the fastball, and it evens the count at 1-1. Goldman out of Pasadena City College, a 6'5", 235-pound sophomore. His second appearance of the summer here in Palm Springs. He delivers the 1-1. This one's also high for a ball. Count goes to 2-1. Goldman in that 1 inning he was able to work, faced 8 batters, gave up 3 runs on a couple of hits. So he's looking to build upon that outing. He delivers the 2-1 right down Broadway for strike 2. Leah Yamoto watching from Hawaii, presuming in relation to Trez Yamoto, who has been playing a very good game and a good season so far for the Bootleggers. He's starting at second base today. 2-2. Cold, strike 3, and Troy Johnson knew it. First batter for Justin Goldman goes down looking. Connor Martin will step in, and that's the way you want to start if you're coming out of the bullpen, Steven.
Yeah, I mean, coming out of the bullpen, again, he had a rough outing for first time around, Justin Goldman did, but right here it's basically the dream landing spot. You're up 5, it's a clean inning, and your team has been rolling.
First pitch to Connor Martin is a swing and a miss. Martin struck out in the first, grounded out to third in the 4th. Wearing all red along his shin guard and his cleats with the red and blue batting gloves in his hands as he takes for a ball outside. The black bat and the gold logo across the barrel. Martin has enjoyed a solid start to his summer as well, being a constant top of the lineup for John Tessier. The 1-1 framed very well behind the plate by the new catcher for a strike, Derek Houston. So the day for Carson Krell is done after he was pinch hit for by Connor Hoyt. What a luxury. After you get to have a pinch hit single, you can just throw a Division I catcher back there in Houston. This one in on the hands of Johnson. He'll flyer over to first, and Thompson makes another play after hitting the 3-run home run, contributing on both sides. There's 2 quick outs. Excuse me, that was off the bat of Martin. Again, our lineup card's looking a little rough on our first game of the ball game, Steven, but 2 quick outs for Goldman.
But again, for Goldman, it's dream scenario. You've got the defense that's been playing lights out all day. You've got Derek Houston there behind the plate who, I mean, he's one of the better catchers in the PSCL. He was originally on the power, played the first couple games with them, and he's really talented and great behind the plate.
First pitch to Brian Lockhart, took him for a strike. They check his swing down to first, so, excuse me, it was taken for a ball. He checked his swing down to first. They said he did not go. So it's 0-1 with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Outside corner, misses. It's 2-0.
And again, for Goldman, coming off that rough outing, being able to have Houston behind the plate, have a guy who you can have so much confidence in that anything you throw in the area code is going to at least stay in front of him.
And the 2-0 is low. So after recording 2 quick outs, Justin Goldman's in danger of walking. Brian Lockhart, who struck out in the first, he singled and came around to score in the 4th. Takes a strike on the outside corner, 3-1. The lone run of the game for the Bootleggers. Off the bat of J.C. Ramirez. He drove in that run. He waits on deck. 3-1. Outside and high, and the Bootleggers have a much-needed base runner. As Lockhart reaches for the second time today, J.C. Ramirez will step in. 2 for 2 on the game with an RBI. 2 out of the 4 Bootlegger hits. And he'll get pinch ran for, or courtesy ran for, depending on the subs we see after. But the switch hitter Ramirez in from the right side after 2 outs. The delivery from Goldman. Lined into left field. Backtracking and making the catch above his head is James Wood. A clean inning for Justin Goldman. That'll retire the side. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th here on the PSEL Broadcasting Network.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Hey, Power Baseball fans. Looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Back out to Palm Springs we go for the home half of the 6th. EJ Sanchez along my color man, Stephen Buxton. He'll be on play-by-play for our second of 2 games today here at Palm Springs Stadium. The Blue Sox and the Rush will be facing each other in a good ball game, and it's your introduction to the PSCL. We welcome you as the game on the turf field has gone final. MLB China 10, the Bombers 2, in an exciting game, as Cole Pavelio lets us know. We're ready to go here for the bottom of the 6th. Leading off the inning will be Gilbert Casio. He takes a ball outside from Bo Carer. More commenting as Therese Bellotto Wood is watching from Las Vegas, hailing James Wood, JoJo Biles, Curtis Lindsey, Dijon Mitchell, and Logan Cadenhead. This pitch also misses outside. It's 2-0. And get this, Steven, our research is done for us. James Wood is originally a catcher up until last year, and now he's a utility player. As Wood has played a good game in center field. That's a new one. A catcher converted into a center fielder. Maybe I could do that too.
I mean, you could. You're an athlete. Come on.
Oh, but Therese, we appreciate you joining us, and we're happy to bring you PSCL baseball. This pitch is taken outside, the 3-0. Casio watches it go, and he'll trot down to first with a leadoff walk. That'll bring Christian Ramos to the plate.
Right now for Ben Carr, you're just hoping to change up the mindset and just forget that last inning. Again, on his 4th pitch of the outing so far, a 3-run bomb to Bubba Thompson, and then lets up that leadoff walk to Casio.
First pitch, swing and a miss from Christian Ramos. Ramos struck out looking in the 1st, flew out to left in the 4th.
And it could be something as minor as that, getting a first pitch strike get a first pitch swinging strike there too. Hit his spot and just blew it by the batter.
As this one is tagged into center field by Ramos, but coming on and making the play is Connor Martin. Might have gone a little more off the end of the bat than I originally anticipated. Turns into an easy play in center field. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th.
But again, it just takes something like that small result, that small win right there. First pitch strike, quick first out. Being able to just get into the groove you need to and start feeling better on your pitches.
Don Lockhart watching from Indianapolis, Indiana, says go Brian Lockhart. Lockhart, the catcher today for the Bootleggers. Also had an RBI single in the 4th inning. This one is sky to left field, but it's shallow. Coming on is Carrillo, who will let this fall in foul territory. Looks like he pulled up just a little bit at the end. It's so tough when you have to deal with that bullpen placement in left field, Steven.
Yeah, you're dealing with the bullpen on a field a lot of these guys haven't played on a ton. Some of them are PSCL returners, but for the most part, it's their first week or two playing on this field, and they didn't get a ton of practice time before. A lot of them came into town within the last couple days, or within the couple days right before season.
The 0-1, and it goes into the back of JoJo Biles, and that's not going to feel good for JoJo, but he still sprints down to first anyway. And he is a part of 2 base runners that are on now for James Wood. And on cue, the aunt of James Wood, Melissa Wood, is watching from South Carolina. So James Wood is becoming one of the more popular guys on this broadcast. Again, we appreciate everybody who has been joining us throughout the morning, different time zones, different times of day, and we still find a way to enjoy some baseball, and that's what the summer is all about. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. 6-1 game. The A's looking to add some extra insurance. They're 3 outs away from shaking hands. Wood grounded out to short in the 2nd and takes his first strike here. So it's 0-1. He also flew out to center as a part of the 5-run 5th. So all that damage coming with 1 out. Wood's actually in left field as he tugs his bat with his black helmet, white cleats, white socks. He waves at this one for strike 2. Nice breaking pitch from Bo Kerr. A slider from Kerr, who has mixed in a little bit of the slider along with trying to get ahead with that fastball today. Ramirez playing in front of the runner Biles at first. Casio leads off of second. Fastball high for a ball. 1-2. The A's looking to make it 2 straight after their 9-0 victory yesterday. The Bootleggers in danger of dropping 2 straight after beginning the season undefeated at 4-0. This pitch misses. It's 2-2. The A's came into today 4 games back of the streaking Jacks, who finished their first week of PSCL play undefeated. One of the early favorites. Both of these teams trying to enter their way into the conversation. 2-2 to Wood, who flies this into shallow right field, but Treziomoto will have enough room along the infield to make the play and put away Wood for the 2nd out of the inning. Logan Cadenhead will take his turn. He grounded out to short in the 2nd, singled and scored in that 5-run 5th. He's 1 for 2 and has made a couple of very nice plays defensively at 3rd.
EJ, if I'm Lockhart behind the plate, I'm not calling a single pitch above. I might not even call a single pitch in the zone. I'm going all low because right now on the mound, Ben Carr has been missing up the whole time from his spots. And just try and keep it low, try and get that ground ball, just get him out of the inning.
Beaucaire has fallen behind 1-0. Actually, that's called for a strike. So it's 0-1 to Cadenhead. Cadenhead waits, sees a slider fall outside for the 2nd pitch, and it's 1-1. Casio leading off 2nd. He walked. JoJo Biles was hit by a pitch. He's on 1st. Working out of the stretch from the first base side of the rubber. Care of the delivery. Fouled back to the screen towards us, and it hits us in here.
Oh, my God.
Steven, we were hit with a baseball. We're all good. We're getting the first base. We've been waiting for this. Oh, my goodness. We've done it, folks.
Adam's going to be so sad he wasn't here for this.
We are all good. Thank you, Logan. We appreciate you. 1-2. Wow. We joke about that. Never thinking that would happen. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. That will finish the 6th inning. No runs come across for the A's, but they are 3 outs away from shaking hands. We'll see if they can when we return here on the PSEL Broadcast Network. We're here for the top of the 7th as the A's look to close out the Bootleggers. EJ Sanchez, Stephen Buxton alongside you. It's a 6-1 lead as Justin Goldman looks to finish off his 2nd inning. He'll face the middle part of the order. Nathan Durant will lead things off. The 3rd baseman takes strike 1. And Riley Becker saying, you guys used to play baseball. Where's the barehanded grab out of one of you two? Look, we joke about that ball reaching the press box. And we have the press box slightly open today. Only halfway because of the heat. The 0-1 outside for a ball.
Yeah, EJ, for a second, I mean, it was blocked by the little door we've got opened a little bit, and I couldn't see it until it came in at the last second. It almost hit our laptop.
Luckily, no equipment was harmed. This one's also fouled back near us. Now I'm ready. But this one's not going to – we're not going to get lucky twice, Steven.
I'm going to go get my glove for the next game.
That is awesome. Well, everybody that's been joining us, Therese, Don, Missy, Riley, we hope you excuse the camera that was slightly out of commission for a couple of seconds as Durant swings through strike 3. The 2nd strikeout for Justin Goldman. It'll bring up Anthony Carrillo. We appreciate everybody staying patient as there were sacrifices to be made as we ducked out of the way, and one of those was our camera. So we appreciate everybody staying patient with us. As actually in steps Owen Rice. Carrillo finished off last inning. So Rice will step in. He takes a strike on the inside corner. Rice grounded into a fielder's choice in the 2nd, grounded out to 3rd in the 4th. So I did have it right. This is Carrillo stepping into the plate. He's even at 1-1.
It's okay, EJ. We're just a little shaken up after having to get away from that ball.
Hey, we have an excuse now. This one's fouled back to the left side by Carrillo. So Carrillo reached in the 2nd, and he singled in the 4th. Do you think Caden Stillwell will sign this ball for us? The 0-2, swung on and missed. Goldman has another. He has 2 strikeouts in the 7th. And 1 out away from the A's winning back-to-back games and getting back in the win column along the standings, looking to make up some ground on the Lumberjacks.
EJ, I've got some, some signed stuff. I've got a couple bats, balls. But this might be my favorite one that we could add to the collection.
Absolutely. The first pitch from Goldman misses outside to Owen Rice. Rice, previously I already stated it, but 2 groundouts to his name today. 1 run on 4 hits for the Bootleggers today. 6 runs on 6 hits for the A's. This could do it. 2-hopper to the third baseman, Cadenhead, who throws on the run, and he finishes off a 6-1 A's victory. They had taken down the Bootleggers. They moved to 3-4 on the season. The Bootleggers, unfortunately, will drop to 4-2 on the year. But the story of the game today, the A's with a 6-run inning in the 6th inning, and that obviously proved to be the difference after a tightly contested ball game throughout the beginning into the middle innings. Stephen, just a couple of your thoughts before we wrap up and get ready for our second of 2 today at Palm Springs Stadium.
Yeah, I mean, overall, the story of the game was the starting pitching. Beginning the game, it looked like Christian Maciel was going to lead the way for the Bootleggers, but Jay Peters, again, didn't have his best stuff. He wasn't hitting the spots, but he was able to get through 5 gritty innings, 4 hits, just 1 earned run, and he'll get the win today. He struck out 6, and he just found ways to get outs.
Absolutely, and Jay Peters will get the win. Unfortunately, it's a tough loss for Christian Maciel. He was outstanding, though, and before he ran into a little bit of trouble, like we said, in that inning. And Justin Goldman with 2 beautiful innings out of the bullpen to wrap things up, and Jimmy Johnson's team has enjoyed back-to-back wins. Don't go anywhere. We'll be joined in 30 minutes for our second game of our doubleheader between the Blue Sox and the Rush. For Stephen Buxton, Ethan Gamolka, and everyone involved with the PSCL Broadcast Network, we say so long from the desert.